Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the M&M podcast. This is your host, Manasi.
And this is Mehr. So, for this week's Just the Facts, we're debunking myths of the COVID vaccine. So, with the Delta variant and the return of in person schools and work, it's highly critical that the country gets vaccinated at this time, because obviously, the more the vaccine spreads, the larger the likelihood of it mutating and then not being affected by the vaccine. And the risk increases with the high number of unvaccinated people.
So, let's start from the basics. The Delta variant is basically a mutated strain of the coronavirus, which, according to the CDC, is more contagious and is more contagious than the common cold, with a higher likelihood for death. As of now, with the mask mandate being lifted, we see less people wearing their masks and taking their sanitary practices more lightly. And this is actually increasing the spread of the Delta variant.
So, by getting vaccinated quickly, we can reach herd immunity and the spread of COVID will drop. As vaccine rates are declining at a very crucial time, we feel that it's important to debunk some of the misinformation regarding vaccines so that you feel a little more at ease about getting the vaccine.
Okay, so I'm just going to get started. The first one, this is probably my favorite of all the myths that we have. Can receiving a COVID vaccine cause you to be magnetic?
I don't understand this myth because the vaccine doesn't have anything.
Okay, well, to simply put it to those who are asking this question, no, it does not.
Yeah, because COVID vaccines do not contain ingredients that can cause or produce an electromagnetic field at the site of your injection, and it's free from metals, so that myth does not make sense. So it is officially debunked. Thank you.
Debunked. Okay, the next one. COVID does not spread through air, so we don't have to wear masks.
The
thing is, air is actually the way COVID does spread, because when we talk and when we cough and our faces are close to each other, it is through the air that things from my mouth enter your mouth.
That sounds so gross. This is the way that your bodily fluids travel. That sounds even more disgusting. Okay, but that's how it spreads.
So let's say you sneeze. That sneeze droplets will stay right there in the air because they're so fine and integrated with the air molecules. Someone else walks by and they're just normally breathing. They inhale those droplets. And
those infected droplets.
Right. So basically, they wouldn't tell you to wear masks if there was no reason behind it. So please wear your masks.
We don't all want to die. So anyways, that myth is debunked. Now, vaccine side effects. The one of the myths was the vaccine has severe side effects. Okay, so here's from my personal experience and what I've seen on the news and on the CDC website and everything, is that for me, basically, I just got sore and I just had heavy sickness. I was just really, really sick. But the vaccine isn't going to cause you. People think that the vaccine can cause you to be sick from COVID.
Yeah, that's not the thing. So, for example, when you get your flu vaccine, you feel slightly sore and you have like slight fevers and stuff like that. It's the same thing with the COVID vaccine, but it's just a bit more severe. And 20% of the people actually reported that they don't have any side effects, and I was amongst them. So what happened was I got my vaccine and I was actually pretty much okay for the next few days. It didn't feel that bad. And for those who did experience side effects, in a couple of days, it kind of goes away. And as for the vaccine causing you to be sick,
from
COVID, the thing is, the COVID vaccine doesn't inject a live virus or a weakened virus into your body. It injects.
It's an mRNA vaccine.
Yeah, it's an mRNA vaccine. So what that is, it's kind of like you're injecting a blueprint of the white blood cells into your body. And it's not really injecting a weakened virus. So the risk for getting COVID right after getting the vaccine is not because of it.
Yes. So
And
those
that,
myths
yeah,
are,
that actually kind of connects into two other myths that it can affect a woman's fertility and it can change your DNA. The thing is, because it's an mRNA vaccine, uh, it's just the blueprint for your white blood cells. It doesn't change anything else about your DNA. There's completely different things.
hmm. And then in terms of affecting the woman's fertility, basically the confusion about that came from this false report on social media that was saying that like there's a protein in on coronavirus that's the same as this protein called syncytin 1, which is involved in the growth of placenta during pregnancy. And it was saying that the COVID vaccine would cause a woman's body to fight this spike protein and then thereby affect her fertility or her pregnancy. You can get the COVID vaccine and still get pregnant. It was false. And during the vaccine trials, I'm pretty sure 23 women volunteered to be involved in the study became pregnant. So that doesn't make sense. So that myth is debunked.
Won't. All right, the next one is another one of my favorites. Bill Gates is trying to microchip you and track you from the vaccine.
Homie, if you have an iPhone, you're probably already being tracked. If you
Yeah,
have any phone,
Google probably knows you more than a vaccine does.
yeah, don't be worrying about that. Okay, so and then the last myth that we have is I already had COVID, so I don't need the vaccine.
False.
False. You
Please
can
get the
get COVID
vaccine.
twice. Yeah,
You can
just get the vaccine.
just like just like any other disease and any other illness, you can get them again. And just with any other vaccine, getting the vaccine highly reduces the risk of you getting the virus. Like, and also if you get the vaccine like one dose of it, you don't need the second. That's also false because the vaccine is meant to be delivered in two doses. Like that is the vaccine. It's not like you're getting the vaccine twice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that myth is also debunked.
So these are all of the biggest myths that we found. And it certainly feels like we are getting closer to the end. You know, mask mandates are being lifted. It just, we're returning back to in person. It feels like we're getting closer to the end, but keep in mind that there is still a long way to go. Even if you are vaccinated, try to wear your masks more often as an extra precaution, just to keep people around you and yourself safe, because you're still a carrier of the vaccine. Additionally, there isn't a cure to COVID yet. Several are yet to be vaccinated. Hospitals continue to be full, etc. So continue to wear your masks and be safe. People who have gotten the vaccine sometimes have breakthrough cases, which are a lot less deadly. But I mean, think about it this way: having COVID while vaccinated is still better than being hit by the disease without your immune system and having no tools to fight it.
Yeah, because if you look at the data, right, according to John Hopkins University, the hospitalization rate among fully vaccinated people with COVID ranged from like 0% to about like 0.06% in different states. And among the rates of death were even lower, so like 0 to like 0.01. But the share of hospitalizations of those with COVID who are not fully vaccinated range from like 95.02% to like 99%. So that's a huge margin. Even the death rate, right, among people who have COVID ranged from 96 to 99. So again, the margin between those who aren't vaccinated and are fully vaccinated are a huge gap. And even if you are, if you're fully vaccinated, you're more likely to not have a severe illness.
Mm-hmm. And quick note, for the hospitalization statistics, the person may not have been hospitalized due to COVID, but the death rates are still there.
Yeah.
So just thought that we should mention. But with all that said, the faster the people get the vaccine, the more we continue to take our precautions. Hopefully, the pandemic can reach a much more final ending.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all we have for this episode. Thank you for listening. New episodes come out every Friday, and I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time.
Bye for now.